मोक्षमार्गस्य प्रभावनाकेभ्यो नमो नमः क्षमाशमाय मस्तकेन वन्दामि. So moksha of the liberation path, of the enlightenment way, the one who have done the prabhavana of this liberation path. That means the prabhavana, the one whose beingness and whose doingness has created the path. To them I do my namaskara. And kshama shamaya, with my head, mastakena, with my head and my heart, with my forehead on the earth, vandananis, the namaskar, the vandanas, to the kshama shama, to the ashrama of the kshama. Kshama is the forgivingness, forbearance, patience, benevolence. So who are the abode of all these qualities? I bow down. So hello to all of you. This is the presentation of the volume 1 of a new book which is called Holistic Health at the Meeting Point of Modern Research, Ayurveda, Yoga, Pranavaya, Life Science. And this book is on unwholesome foods, etc. So what is unwholesome food? So for this I want to show you a small thing. So in our life there are two types of diets that we can follow. One is the diet which is here on this side. So it would be, we can say, the unwholesome diet, which will be the modern diet or the Western diet or the American Standard Diet or the whatever you want to call it. We have put so many synonyms that you can see. Conventional diet, we could call it. What people call the normal diet, the mainstream diet, and the wholesome diet, which will be defined as per different modern criteria, but let us say that we can call it the Pranavaya diet. And it is a diet that in the Kannada language we will say it is a mountain of grains with the river of sambar. We will talk about it some other time, but there are so many ways to express the way of this diet. So it can be said as the Pranavaya diet, as we said, and it can be said also the Nirviga diet, the Ayambil diet, the Anahar diet, the Bhakshya diet, the Hita diet, the Yoga Ahara, and the Sadvika diet, the diet of Sadvik food, the diet of yogis, etc. And the traditional diet, and we can also say that it is the blue zone diet, the diet that was eaten by all the people of very long longevity in the world, as per a very nice study that we will see maybe together, or that you will read upon in the books, or in this book or in so many other books. This diet, wholesome diet, has also some very nice modern terms like wholesome foods, wholesome plant-based diet. It is called WFPB by the acronym, the high carbohydrate, low fat plant-based diet, which has also a very good acronym. I leave you to read it. The starch-based low-fat vegan diet, the starch solution diet, the starch low-fat diet, the high carbohydrate low-fat diet, the Physician Committee of Responsible Medicine diet, the plant-based whole food SOS-free diet, the heart healthy diet, the Vision Quest diet, the planetarian diet, etc., etc., etc. So many terms can be given to this diet. So now the question is that we will come back to this book. So we are talking about the unwholesome foods of this diet in this book. What not to eat. It is the part like in the commitment, in the vow to become a doctor, we say that we don't want to hurt any living being. So here, if we know what is unwholesome, if we know what is hurting, then we can avoiding and reach to the stage of non-hurtingness. So this is the goal of medicine, and this is the message of a very important concept that everybody has heard, which is called ahiṃsā. So if we know what is unwholesome, if we know what is ahiṃsā, then we can avoid it and meet health and meet life. Because if we avoid non-violence, we reach the stage of health. So to whom is addressed this book? This book is addressed to everybody, of course, and more specifically, we could say it is addressed to the patients, it is addressed to the doctors, it is addressed to all the scholars who are the researchers in this field or in other fields, and of course the people who know Sanskrit, but the people who know modern science, and the people who wants health, of course, for themselves and for others, and who wants to have their shraddha, their faith, reinforced in the belief of what is really and why really it is worth to make the effort of the change. Because this change is very interesting, as we were saying in the previous thing. The question is not what not to eat. The question is to know why we should replace, and therefore why we should eat more of the delicious, very nice, very wonderful, and very worthy wholesome foods. So of course in this book we have also said what was the wholesome food and how we can consume it, etc. Before enumerating all the unwholesome to be replaced or to be decreased. Of course, we can still eat a little bit if we are too much habituated, and slowly we will swift, and it will naturally make the change happen. So this book is about helping you in your faith in your faith, in your belief on wholesomeness and on all unwholesomeness. And so yes, why we wrote this book, how we wrote this book. So first to say that this book is a book which wants to show a meeting point of so many medicines, so many sciences. It is a meeting point between yoga, Ayurveda, ahiṃsā viññāṇa, and Pranavaya medicine, and also modern medicine. So it is the domain of the Pranavaya, we can say. Pranavaya life science is also designated by ahiṃsā Ayurveda, Yoga Ayurveda, Pranayu, Karma medicine, Yogic wisdom, etc., etc. And we can say it is secular, immemorial. It is a very ancestral medicine, but it is also a very modern medicine, because everything that is found in Pranavaya is at the edge of research. So it is immemorial, but it is also beyond the time limits of past and future, apparently. Because the more we advance, the more we confirm all the wisdom of this secular science. So one of the anchoring point of this adventure, to tell you the truth, is an adventure that began in 2006 in a little Ayurvedic clinic and research center called Sadhana, which is still located in France and has recently expanded to India, in this Karnataka, in this Betne village where I'm presently. There we have been thoroughly practicing, studying, researching on this ancestral medicine. We have integrated with modern science, not by practice but by knowledge, and we have practiced it very traditionally because the tradition was absolutely self-sufficient to do miracles. And in all this clinical practice, so that I have also witnessed, because Dr. Noemi, and I have also given my life to this. And so in this clinical practice, we have attested about really mind enlightening, the mind enlightening and the all disease curing powers of this Pranavaya science. So it was a very, very wonderful experience to see patients recovering from numerous cancers, autoimmune disease, inflammatory disease, infectious disease, neurodegenerative diseases, chronic diseases, acute modern diseases, so many pain, sickness, etc. So we were very, very blessed to have the privilege to transmit this knowledge to the people. And for the little history, this Pranavaya medicine and this knowledge of holistic and holistic have been transmitted notably. Of course, it has been discovered by many science, as we say in the book. But one of the very, very beautiful yogi that has been the giver of this science is the yogi Adinath. We call him Adinath, and he has instituted Pranavaya life science, and in some what we call the Chaud Purva, the Chaturdasha Purva, and the Pranavaya was the 12th of this Purva, and it has been passed through generation, because through oral transmission, through the very, very, we can say, amazing, mighty of memorizing powers of the yogi through generations and generations, and very, very long secular transmissions of generations, because Adinath is dated from the dawn of Neolithic period, and these monks have memorized the canon, transmitted it from one yogi to the other yogi. These monks were called notably the Charak, which is very interesting. This Charak means the one who is wandering, so it is the anachoret, the ascetic wandering monk. And these monks, they were not only monks, that like we see the yogis, they are in the mountains, but they were also too much helping the people 24 hours. They were the doctors, the scholars, the psychiatrists, the teachers, always helping, always serving, of course engaged in their own purificating practices, which is called tapasya, but so devoted to the service to the population, as all the functions, physicians, etc., that we have enumerated. So we are very blessed to have finally been able to get all the knowledge from them. So this was the first presentation. We will see more next time. Thank you so much for being with us. Pranam, pranam.